Hello and welcome back to our Let's Play of Oxygen Not Included, episode, what is this, 43, I believe? Let me check. Episode 44, I am wrong. Alright, and in this episode we're just going to continue, I think, exploring our way up into space, finding a good place to set up our space operation there, and also do a little work on Slicksters, and trying to get a Slickster ranch up and going. Tempted to just set up something right here and try and capture this little guy. But I think before I do that, I'm going to actually explore out a little bit over here and see if we can't just find ourselves another Slickster or maybe a better location. Because I don't really want to set it up right here. It's a little bit lower than I would like. I'd like the Slickster ranch to be a little bit higher. That way the oil can have just a large reservoir area to drop down into. It's convenient because I can just set up my ranch, basically, and just grab this guy without having to set up a plastic trap. Ooh, there's another Slickster. Wow. Okay, so this paid off pretty much immediately. This still isn't that great of a location, but finding a second Slickster. Ooh, and another one. Okay, this is... and another one. Alright, never mind. Wow. This is amazing. We have just found 4 Slicksters in the first moment of this episode, basically, when I had been hunting for these guys forever. So this is pressurized. We're going to need to worry a little bit about that. In fact, getting these guys out is going to be a little bit of an issue. But I think overall, this is just fantastic news, actually. Okay. Job's mastered. Let's go check out that. Max is done as a scientist. And I think we're just going to bump him right up to tenured scientist. Getting them that tenured scientist role again is just going to improve a lot their skill acquisition. And while we're at it, let's see if we can't just improve a little bit of this. Boom, boom. Yeah. So one way to kind of speed things up a little bit is to give them little areas to dig out as you move up. That way, even if the ladder is not built, you have ways of continuing up, basically. We're going to send this all the way back up here. Alright. Job mastery done. We still have all this chugging away. We do kind of want to get our oxygen back up here, but... okay, so, Slicksters. Just found 4 more of them, and we had not found virtually any the entire game. This is fantastic news. Okay. I don't really have a great way of pumping CO2 down to them. And interestingly, this is broken. So we don't want to develop any temperature issues here. There's no water here, which is good, so nothing will melt into this area and kind of foul it up a little bit. This is the edge of the map right here. So... huh. Choices, choices, choices. Well, I think what we're going to do is we are going to dig up a bit. And then we are... that way we don't introduce oil. And we're going to let some of the CO2 fall down into this area as we dig our way to these little guys. Perfect. So we're going to dig out our way there. We can also dig out our way here. To this guy. And hook up the CO2 there. And there's one more guy here, which we're probably going to take a little while to reach. Because he's about as low down as you can get. Okay. We don't want the oil necessarily getting up here. Is this enough? This is probably actually not enough. Because the oil level is all the way up to here, right? Like a little bit higher up here. Okay, so we'll need to do a little bit more on that end. Maybe something like this. Could also actually just set up a ladder, which might be faster than all this. Just dig out to here. Ladder. What is this? Igneous rock. We'll make it out of igneous rock. Ladder up to here. ladder down all the way here. We'll just build some ladders. Alright. This is good. Because I don't want this oil to fall down here, because again, there's a risk of slicksters drowning. Ooh, is there another one? There's another one over here. Okay. Great. We are now actually... If I have that many slicksters, I'm actually kind of interested in maybe not doing anything with slicksters here. This is kind of enough. One of our big worries and one of the big motivations for doing the slickster farm was that we'd only found one slickster on the map, which is usually pretty unusual. Usually you have a number of them, but suddenly we found the motherlode of slicksters just all clustered at the very edge of the map here. So maybe it's actually time to the thing about just focusing on getting to space is we'll have all the plastics up and running, and it won't be that hard also to set up for ourselves some glass production, since we have plenty of cooling. So maybe we just take our priority over here and say, look, this is all becoming high priority now. Get this stuff done. This does not seem to continue on, so let's go like this. Ladder. Igneous rock should be fine. We just want to find a way up. We can worry later about making it an efficient way up. For now, let's just get ourselves up and see what we have to work with. Alright. Bedrooms are all great. Stress is all under control. Everyone's really happy with their new bedrooms. If we're not doing slickster ranching, maybe the thing that we want to work on is... We have our ranch hatches up and going, and these guys all seem fairly happy. So we're going to be getting a decent amount of coal, a decent amount of meat and eggs when we need it. And maybe we want to set up Dreco ranching. Dreco ranching is, again, sort of just the free food option. Let's get ourselves a lot more steel. If space is our next goal here. Yeah. And maybe we want to set up glass now. Because glass is going to be very important for getting to space. Oh, this is actually pretty convenient. We can just continue laddering up, potentially. Looks like it. Crack into here. Sometimes you can't build here. That happens. Okay, so... Where are we at? We're still pumping out here. This is slowly filling up. We're getting water to all these. Oxygen-wise, yeah, we're doing great. No problems with oxygen at all here. There's a little bit of polluted oxygen that we kind of want to get rid of, maybe. Because it does look like it has some germs in it. Hard to tell. Yeah, if I pause, we see a little bit of germs. Not enough to really care, I guess. Okay. So, this is not the only slickster on the map. Fantastic news. Yeah, we'll just start working our way over here and accessing these slicksters, and if we want, we can just set up a ranch sort of right on here. That would be fine. Not an ideal location again, for a lot of the same reasons that this is an ideal location. But I don't think the ranch is our focus now. If we have access to more slicksters, we're kind of set on that. That's my view. What are they dropping? I think they're dropping ice. Speaking of ice, do we want to start hauling more ice over here? Sure. Okay, so liquefiable, ice, copy settings, all around here. Let's get some more ice in here. We're pumping water out. I think we can afford it. New duplicants. Ooh, nope. Alright, continue on. Yeah, and just start working our way up to space here. I think that's the plan. This is chlorine, polluted oxygen. Ooh, natural gas geyser. That's fairly useful. Did not notice that. Alright. Natural gas geyser. We have that to work with as well. I'll cancel this. Not really that important. Maybe we want to cut across here. See what we can find. Start digging up here. Because I'm not sure we're able to work with this. If not, of course, we can just dig our way out, say, through here. I'll set up some deoxidizers before we do that. Lots of oxygen still making its way up here. The CO2 that these guys breathe kind of interferes a little bit with the air transfer. But that's fine. In fact, maybe we just want to, while we're at it, dig out some of this. Going a little bit low on food here, so I probably need to just queue up a few more. Huh, no. Alright. We're just low on food. Is that it? Sleet wheat. Oh, there's about to be a sleet wheat bumper crop, it looks like. That'll be in about 2 days. And in the meantime, we only have... We have less than 2 days worth of food. We are collecting mealwood. We kind of just want to get the CO2 settled here. Eventually that'll happen. We see all these little bits of CO2 slowly making their way down. Let's go to jobs and let's bump some people up. Yeah, I think we're just gonna make you guys tenured scientists. We probably need to switch some of these guys over on their consumables and say that they can stop consuming meal lice. Sort by morale. Yeah, Max and Harold. You guys can bump yourselves up to the next stage. Eating your frost buns and whatnot. Alright, pretty much set for that. We could let them also maybe eat some fried mushrooms. That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. So what do we have here? A little bit low on frost buns. And we're not going to see frost buns for a little while here. So we might need to let them eat mushrooms as well. Alright. Well, we will sort out the food as it comes. Oxygen-wise, set up a few deodorizers. And while we're at it, we're going to plan out a few of these right here. I think I might as well just tell them to build this. Start digging up. I do not really want the slime there. So I don't want to germify all this up right away. We're just going to tackle it with deodorizers. I don't think we have really too big of a germ problem here. And just in case anything slips by, let's drop a deodorizer right here. Okay. So still making our way up. Slowly making our way through here as well. Do I have enough oxygen in these areas? No, I'm starting to run low on oxygen, so I could start this pump back up again. Do I have all the ventilation set up correctly for this? Yeah, sure. Alright. So, let's enable this building. Start getting our oxygen pumping down here. No fabrications queued. More steel. We're going to need it once we get to space. Insufficient resources, coal. Am I out of coal? I'm out of coal. Alright. Looks like it's time to dig out a little bit more coal around the map. We'll grab this. Ooh. We'll grab this. And build a ladder. Igneous rock is fine. Where else do we want to tap into some coal? Where is some easy coal? We have some up here. Grab this. And I think we just want to grab basically a bunch of this. Alright, so boom, boom. That's good enough. Yeah, grab some more coal. We have our hatch ranches going. They'll help us out as well. And while we're doing things, let's say dig out this. And a little bit of granite tile. Dig out this. Anywhere else? It's really just easy coal. Sure. Let's dig out over here. Yeah. Grab more coal, please. None of our industrial processes that we have running right now are super critical. None of this is that important. Pipe blocked. What is going on here? Oh, because we filled up with CO2 again. Sure. I do want this natural gas generator going because I don't like just wasting this resource. It's free polluted water. It's less coal being consumed. We're awash in natural gas, as you can see. So I think we just want to probably start pumping down a lot of this stuff into where we have these slicksters. Pressure is very high here, but I think what we're going to do is we're just going to try and cut across. Now that we have this dug here, we're going to look to cut across here, like so. We'll build some igneous rock tile every once in a while to make sure that they can get across this. But yeah, we're ultimately just going to pump through all of our CO2 down to here, and that's how we'll get this back up and running. Again, none of this stuff is really that crucial at this moment. I do want to keep these water levels at a reasonable level, but we're not hard pressed for steel now because we haven't really made it anywhere that needs it yet. We're going there, but haven't gotten there yet. Unpermitted food. This is the bigger issue. I think it's time to go to these consumables, and this will raise stress because the food is not as good. But I do want these guys eating ultimately. And I think we just want to also say that these guys don't eat any frost buns. Alright. We'll let them eat mushroom. Alright, all this stuff slowly getting done. Fresh supplies of coal. We've turned this back on, so oxygen should be flowing back down to here. That'll give us an extra suit to work with. Jobs mastered. Is that Catalina? Catalina's done. Alright. Seasoned miner is fine. Maybe we just want our exosuit engineer positions starting to get filled. This is sort of a major headache when your guys are just slower with these exosuits, but I don't know. Our guys are fine. They're decent. No power to this pump because we don't have the coal. That's still fine. Again, none of this is really that important. We have big reservoirs of a lot of this stuff already raring to go. We just want to use a little bit more of this natural gas, I think. In fact, maybe to that end, we want to replace this coal generator with our gas generator. Maybe. How we're coming along over here? We're getting there. It's taking a while, but we're getting there. Alright. Bedrooms looking good. Let me check the schedules for a second. Yeah, this is fine. We have 3 people here because it's we're worried about their stress levels. I think we're just gonna take Banny and move her down. And then we are going to turn these people back into normal schedules. Alright. Don't have a plan for what I'm going to do here. We might want to start working on Dreco ranches. That is a possibility. We could set them up like right here. Maybe even easier would just be setting them up here. This area right here, we already kind of have an access point in. And could be a convenient way to start making our way over here. Is an option. Because the oxygen levels, yeah, they're getting up here. After clearing this out, that helps improve things a little bit. While we're at it, let's just dig out like so. And get a little bit more coal for ourselves. Food shortage, yep, as we worried about. This sleet wheat is starting to come in. 90%. We're getting there. But we need to harvest these dust caps, basically. And I think we should just, during this time... These priorities are already at 6. Interesting. Alright, yeah, go and harvest this. I have the food at a priority. Yeah, let's cook up some more. You know what? Maybe we should just be doing this forever. I do want to save some for emergency pepper bread, but doesn't look like we're doing that anytime soon. Yeah, sure. Set this to forever, and then we'll give up our sort of emergency stress relief plan, but I think we're doing fine on stress. A few people are raising, but we can always just increase morale by giving a little bit of extra downtime. Shouldn't be that bad. Alright, so we're making our way across here. This carbon dioxide will start getting down into here. This is vacuum. In fact, let's just say that this is high priority. I want to start getting this CO2 converted into oil. Seems important. Sooner we can do that, lower these things fall, more oil we have later. Less urgent a lot of other problems become. Let's dig out this. And yeah, let's also say that this stuff is a high priority. We're just going to purify all this air, ultimately, and continue making our way up here. Igneous rock is fine. It's what's nearby. Okay. Not a terribly eventful episode. We're mainly just pushing our way back up towards space. The big thing is finding all of these slicksters. They were all hiding on this one area of the map. It's possible that if we push out over here, we will also find some. It's just kind of unfortunate that the first area we really checked out, which was basically the entire middle of the map, didn't happen to have any. But we're going to get our way down there. We have got the CO2 kind of already mixing. Right? See it at a high pressure here. And these levels will start to fall. And then we'll be able to feed it into these slicksters and start producing some more oil. Okay, I'm going to cut the episode here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.